And we are back on Morning Barbados for this Tuesday. How I Survived in Barbados. What a title. I've been surviving in Barbados all my life, but Pauline Rouiller from Paris, France, has been experiencing Barbados from a unique perspective. And boy, how she has taken to Barbados, because she has written a book called Pauline's Bajan Adventures. Good morning.
Good morning.
Why this adventure?
The book, or why Barbados?
Why Barbados and why the book?
Okay, why Barbados? Because I wanted to learn English 3 years ago. I was working in Paris and I really needed English even to work in Paris. So I looked for schools all over the world to learn English, and I found the BCC program, EFL, English as a Foreign Language program, and I chose it and I came for that, and I learned English.
Excellent. And you sound like you're doing wonderfully.
Thank you.
You just immersed yourself in...
Yes. Yeah.
And I guess that's better than just all classroom work.
Yes, a lot better.
All right, now talk to us about your Bajan adventure, because and in particular Sunday lunch in St. George.
Yes.
that caught my attention.
So the first thing I said about this lunch is the time, the Bajan time that I had to learn. So a lunch on a Sunday in St. George is at 4 o'clock. Okay, I expected something earlier, but yes, because when someone says in Barbados, I'm coming to pick you up at 2, it means I'm going to get ready at 2 and then leave maybe and then stop somewhere and then come for you.
That is Bajan time.
Yes. And then the food my friend cooked for me and my other friend, and it was delicious. And we really liked it. He cooked just for us. And
what did you have?
We had, we say baked chicken, yes, and potatoes and mobi and ice cream.
Sounds good. Sounds good to me. Now, I couldn't help but notice in your book, Pauline's Bajan Adventures, you've got pictures of places in Barbados, and you've juxtaposed it with pictures from France.
Yes.
Like right here, we have a place in Christchurch. I take it to someone's home or apartment.
Yes.
And right next to it, there's also a picture of a dwelling in Paris as well. Any similarities? Because I noticed that you're making a comparison between the two, and I noticed it throughout the book as well.
Nothing similar, I think. Really
just
nothing.
Just the difference in
yes, the price, the size, the views, the neighborhood, everything was different. Is different.
I can hear even a hint of a Bajan accent coming up. Yeah. Who is this book for?
This book, I think, is for 2 targets. Barbadians first, as it shows a new and a different angle on Barbadian society and culture, and for tourists, as it shows things that maybe tourists didn't get the chance to do when they came to Barbados to visit, or that they did and they could relate to, like the van stories or some restaurants that I mentioned. So it's really for 2 types of targets.
What has been your most striking experience that stays in your mind?
The bus and the vans.
Tell us a little bit about that. Your first experience on the bus or the van here in Ben.
I would make a big difference between the blue bus and the vans. The blue bus was interesting because I didn't read at first what was written on the front of the bus. So I just took a bus. Someone told me, just get on a bus at this bus stop. I said, okay. And I did, and then I was just lost. I didn't know where to get out. I didn't know what to ask because I couldn't speak English. And after an hour, I didn't know what to do, and I got out in the middle of nowhere, and I didn't know what to do. But a van saved me. A conductor was screaming, bridge down, bridge down. So I got in, and then I finally got to school.
I noticed that you put in the magazine, a van passes by, the conductor shouts, bridge down, bridge down. I get on, but he puts me off at the terminal that I don't know, lost again.
Yes. I didn't know there were 2 bus terminals. And then I didn't know where to go, and people just said, go to the other one. Which other one? So, yeah.
Now, I must hand it to you. This has been a quite interesting story. You call it a joking day.
Yes.
But how different was it for the ZR or the minivan as opposed to the transport board bus, the big blue bus?
After my first week in Barbados, I stopped taking the blue bus completely because I didn't need them anymore. I moved to this new apartment that you showed, so I only needed the vans, and I like them because they come very often. Yes, that's my main part about them, and they go fast. So.
Did Barbados help you forget anything about France?
Yes, French. I forgot about my French. Yes, really. I can still speak French, of course, but I think in English. And to write in French, it's more difficult now for me.
That's interesting. Many of us actually spend a good number of our years here in Barbados learning French, French and Spanish for that matter. So it's interesting that you say it's even more difficult to write the French than to speak it. But I want to go back to this Sunday in St. George.
Yes.
My friend Kevon invited Caroline and I for lunch at his house in St. George on a Sunday. And here I see a very plump-looking pig. I'm hoping that he was not lunch.
Not that day, but I learned later on that yes,
he will be.
Yeah.
Oh.
He is not there anymore.
Oh boy.
No.
He likes sauce?
Not
Putting in
really.
sauce? You know?
I like cuckoo.
You like
Yeah.
Girl after my own heart. What about nature? Any nature trails that you've been to here in Barbados?
Yes, because I like to go to the hash, the running, hiking, and drinking club, as they call themselves. So I really see beautiful views when I go running with them through the countryside that I wouldn't go if it wasn't with them. Good too.
Wow. I want you to share with us a little bit of your experience in terms of nature, because you mentioned going on the nature trails and those kind of things. But what about the beach and a rainy day in Barbados as opposed to a rainy day in France?
Okay, so a rainy day in Barbados is really surprising for me because there is nobody in the street. And I don't really understand because the rain is just water and it dries. So I don't really see why people wouldn't go out for that. And people even cancel things, even birthdays for the rain. And they even don't go to school sometimes because it's
raining.
I don't really understand because, as I say in this page, I go to school and work when it snows in France, and it's okay. So it was surprising at first in Barbados when I first came, but now I know if it rains, I just stay home. Yeah.
Lovely.
What has been your most fascinating experience, and how do you express it in the book?
Fascinating. The people, I would say, the kindness of the people. Because, as I said with the bus, when I first came, some experiences were terrible. I was alone, lonely, and I couldn't speak nor understand, but the people helped me so much. They, like if I were a member of their families, and even in the streets, they could tell, of course, that I was lost. So they came to me and they helped me and they took me to school, or things that nobody would ever do for you in France, especially not in Paris. So that was my biggest surprise here.
Wonderful, wonderful. Are you taking your newfound language skills back to France to live, or are you considering having roots here in Barbados?
I have to go back to France because I want to be closer to my family, and I hope that my English will be used somewhere for some job, or I don't know, and I'll come back to Barbados to visit. Yeah.
So where can we get a copy of this book? Because I know there are many out there who want to find out about Pauline's Bajan adventure.
So the book source is distributing the book, so you can get it from their bookshops in UE and BCC, and also in Government Hill. They have a green building opposite Lime, where they sell this book for $35 Barbados.
Wonderful. And it's Pauline's Bajan Adventures. Let me tell you, when you travel from France to Barbados, it's a completely new experience. How was the coconut water? Because that's on your front page.
It was amazing. I would have never thought we could drink something out of a fruit with a draw. I was so surprised. It was my first day.
Your very first day?
What about our culture in terms of music, you know, calypso music, reggae music? I see Yui Carnival, Crop Over. What was that like for you?
I love the music. I already liked the Caribbean music when I was in France, but what surprised me here about the soca is the way of dancing.
Have you learned how to do it?
Yes, I did. But the first times were not nice. The first things I saw, I was shocked, traumatized, and really thinking, what are they doing? No, this is a public place, stop it. So that was the shock about music and expressing yourself with the music. Yeah.
So do you think you're going to have any problems when you get back to Paris, showing everybody how you express yourself?
I actually did.
You did?
In Paris, when I went back for Christmas last year, I did some walk-up in a nightclub, and people looked at me like if I was crazy. I said, what? I'm just dancing. That was funny.
Pauline's Bajan Adventures. That is incredible. We're certainly glad that you got a chance to experience our culture, and we hope you will take it back to France and sensitize all the Parisians, you know, about what we have on offer, and encourage them to come back and experience it for themselves.
Yes, and I'll do a French version for the book for them, for the ones who can't speak English.
Oh, wonderful.
Excellent.
Wonderful.
Excellent.
All right. Certainly appreciate it.
This is an excellent tourist product.
It is, it is. Yeah. Very good. Good to see you. We wish you continued success. Your studies are finished now?
Yes.
Okay. Well, what are you going to do when you go home? Professionally?
Look for a job.
Look for a job.
I'm a graphic designer.
Graphic design?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. We wish you lots of success. Good way to start your new career.
Thank you.
We're going to take a break, and we're going to be back with more on Morning Barbados, the Tuesday edition. Please stay with us.